Hey guys, coming to you with another Rock and Metal's Disciples podcast here. So, I've been gone from this channel for over 4 years, and I'm just going to say sorry for being gone for so long. It's been through a number of different things: schooling, working a part-time job, managing my other YouTube channels, managing other projects outside of YouTube, like other films and stuff like that. I'm going to school right now for filmmaking and stuff like that. So yeah, but like, there's no easy way to say it. I guess I'm just to say I'm sorry. And I've been meaning to get back into this whole thing for like many months now, but I keep on procrastinating and getting distracted with other stuff. I got a lot of stuff going on, but I finally got really motivated today to do this video, this podcast, whatever you want to call it, because I saw a comment on a Slipknot video. I'm going to read it to you guys right now. Will stuff like this be on top of charts again? So basically, someone's complaining about Slipknot's song not being on top of the charts. People are like, probably not, since people are listening to garbage like Bieber or Kanye these days. Look, here's why those things are on the top of the charts, okay? Here's why. Because they sell better. That's why. Because more people are willing to buy their stuff. The problem we have in this day and age with music in general is that people sometimes don't want to buy the music. They want to download it without paying for it. And people still do that. So, part of the problem why these songs are not as on top of the charts as some people would like them to be is because people are not willing to pay for the music. Do you want to know why some of this music gets on some of these Billboard charts to begin with? It's based on a number of different factors, including sales of albums or sales of songs. And if people aren't willing to buy, if enough people are not willing to buy the music, then of course it's not going to be on the Billboard charts. Of course it's not going to be on top of the music charts because enough people are not going to buy them. The music that's on the top of the charts right now, more people are buying. Music companies are making more profit from them. Okay? So, in order for metal music and rock music to be on top of music charts, what has to be done is more people to go out and start buying albums or singles, whether digitally or through like CDs or vinyls. And that's another thing. 4 years ago, this wasn't a thing, but it's been happening within the past 4 years. Vinyl records have been making a comeback. So maybe you're not into CDs, maybe you're into vinyls. Then go out and buy a vinyl if you want to, or buy some iTunes gift cards money and just buy the songs on iTunes, or buy a Music Pass subscription on iTunes to download the music $99 a year or something like that. Some kind of subscription model, or like I said earlier, just go ahead and buy like a $50, $25 to $50 iTunes gift card, and then use the points on those gift cards to then buy music on iTunes and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's all possible. Like, even if you have to ask your parents, if you're young, you can ask your parents for money to go buy the gift cards, or you can ask, them for a birthday present or a Christmas present to go buy the iTunes gift cards, or ask your grandparents or your family members or your friends and stuff like that. I've bought iTunes gift cards for friends for their birthday parties. I like giving out gifts sometimes to people who I know for their birthday parties. So I'm like, you know what? Happy birthday, dude. Here's an iTunes gift card. And they're very appreciative of that. I mean, like, why wouldn't you be? You can go ahead and buy movies and TV shows and music with that stuff. You could buy games with that kind of stuff, So, yeah, I mean, it opens up a bunch of possibilities for you. So that's the thing that really got me, like, fired up to make this podcast here, was seeing that comment and be like, let's get back on the charts again. It's not music like Slipknot. And you know what? It doesn't even have to be Slipknot either. It can be any kind of metal music. It can be any kind of rock music. Those kind of music genres are not going to get on the top charts if enough people are not buying the sales. If more people buy the music, guess what? The record labels and the record companies are going to take notice of that. They're going to say, more and more people are willing to buy the music. What does that mean for us? It means profits. You have to understand, you have to remember that these record labels are a business. They want to make a profit. They want to make earnings, and they want to make a living. They want to make a living either making music or making or distributing the music. So of course, if if more people are buying record for metal music and rock music, then a record label is going to take notice of that. They're going to be more willing to sign record deals with metal bands and rock bands because they're like, people are more willing to buy this kind of stuff. And what's even great now what's great now about this time period is that we can listen to the music on YouTube. We can listen to the music on Spotify. We can listen to whole freaking albums, and if we actually get like a preview of it with ads, or like if you pay a subscription thing. But you get a whole preview of it, and it's awesome. And if you like the music enough, you should totally go out and buy that music. Yeah, you should. You definitely should. Especially if you feel this passionately about the music being on the Billboard charts. Because part of the reason those music notes, not mute notes, the songs are on the charts is because people buy the songs, whether off of iTunes or some other digital music store, or through CDs or through vinyl records. Yeah, so you should totally go out and buy it. If you support the bands, you want them to see the music get on the top charts. Sabaton made some great progress with that. That's a band that I've got into recently, by the way, in the past 4 years that I've been gone, is Sabaton. Great band. You should definitely check out Sabaton. So that's really what got me riled up. Also, on top of that, we as a community need to expose more people to rock and metal music. But no, don't do it aggressively to the point where like people are turned off by it. Just ask them, hey, you should check out this song, listen to it, give it a shot. Just listen to it for 30 seconds or a minute. Give it a shot, give it a chance. Or even like some other kind of tactics I can discuss later on for doing that kind of stuff to increase the popularity of the music. One more thing before I go. I gotta say, part of the reason it's taken me this long to make another podcast is the reception I've gotten from people for this organization. The organization I made, the Rock and Metal Disciples. The feedback I've gotten for not making videos or podcasts is nothing. It's literally slim to zero, nothing. No one was asking me, hey, when are you gonna make more videos? When are you gonna make more podcasts? People just simply unsubscribed, or they just didn't bother to ask. That's part of the problem for me, guys, is that when I first started doing the Rock and Metal Disciples, and when I continued it for a number of years, I had very little support. And so you have to understand that it's hard for me to have to do this stuff, because I was doing the majority of this stuff on my own. Sure, there were some people who were helping here and there, but it was mostly me. I have to give a big shout out to one of my European comrades. He actually went out of his way to make stickers for the Rock and Metal Disciples and post them on backpacks and other stuff and on T-shirts. Good. I'm really happy he did that, because that was awesome. So one of the ways I believe part of my strategy for helping people get more involved and more passionate about the RMD is to form physical groups in the real world, chapters, as you will. I was part of a fraternity. And so in a fraternity, you have chapters. And so it would be kind of similar to that model, where a club or a fraternal organization or some kind of organization has different chapters in different parts of the world. So I believe to first get things rolling is to start a club chapter at the school I'm going to right now, followed by other people getting motivated and passionate to start clubs at their schools as well. But first, I believe personally that I'm the one who has to make it happen. I have to set the example. Now, for those of you listening, go ahead and start a club right now, even if I have not yet. Let's say I get bogged down. Let's say I get distracted, or get things get in the way. Shit happens. Shit's been happening to me for the past number of months, at least for the past like 6 to 8, 10 months. I've been trying to start up a new club, but I always get distracted. I always procrastinate because of schoolwork and my part-time job and all that stuff. So maybe it's harder for me to do that. But you listening, maybe you have more free time. Maybe you're a freshman in college and you don't have a job and you're free on the weekends. then go on, be active, be motivated, and like start a club, a chapter club. You might be the first one. You might be able to start before me. So that's part of the way I believe that this is going to work out better now this time around. Is people need to become more actively involved in this organization. It can't just be me and a few other people. It needs to be a lot of people helping out and starting little various organizations. I'm developing a creed right now, and I'm going to finish it and like the message and like what it's about, the mission of the RMD. I'll just say this though: part of the mission of the RMD is to promote rock and metal music and to foster a community, a worldwide community of people who like rock and metal music, and to all get along. And part of that is to also not be rude or mean or jackasses to one another for liking various different types of bands that you as an individual don't like. You know, if you know someone and they like a rock band or they like a metal band that you don't like, you think they're a poser band. Well, guess what? You know how you should react to that? It's not, you're a poser, this is a poser, get the fuck out of here, fuck you. It's not like that. You should not be reacting like that. No. You should just be like, well, you should, this should be your response. Well, sir, or ma'am, or whatever, or hey, I'm not really into that band, but if you want to listen to that band, you can go ahead and listen to that band. That's, it's up to you. That's just not my thing. But hey, I got some music, and maybe I think you like this music. Here's some music. Pass them the headphones. Pass them a YouTube link or a Spotify link to a song, and who knows? Maybe that person will like it. Instead of being reactionary and defensive against someone who doesn't know a band you know, and they like other bands that you don't like, instead of getting all defensive and reactionary towards that person, instead try to share the music that the rock and metal music that you like with that person. And who knows, maybe they'll like it. Maybe like, yeah, I dig this too. Like someone likes Black Veil Brides. Don't be like, Black Veil Brides suck and you suck too for liking them. No. Come on. That's a narrow-minded way of looking at a person. Just because they like something, just because they like a band that you don't like, come on. You think a character development has more to it than that, than just liking a single band or not. And again, like let's say like you like Amon or Moth or something like that, or a different band. You should be like, hey, I'm not a big fan of Black Veil Brides, but that's cool if you like them. That's your thing. That's your thing. That's not my thing. However, I also have this song, and I think you might like it. I feel like you should give it a chance. It's got really good rhythm. It's got really good beats. I like the vocals. I like the lyrics. And this is what the song is called. It's from Amon Amarth. So yeah. And who knows? Maybe they'll like it. And if they don't, then they don't. And then you can just share music. It's about sharing the music. And it's also about sharing the music with people who may never have been exposed to it before. And it's also about opening up with new experiences with different people, of various backgrounds as well, and getting to know them. So I'm gone over 10 minutes at this point. If you're still listening, thank you for listening, and be sure to subscribe to the Rock and Metal Disciples YouTube channel, like the Rock and Metal Disciples Facebook page, and there will be more stuff to come later on.